So let's get to the VPC method and make sure that you guys see exactly the power of it, because it is something that's going to be the core. It's our core nucleus of everything that we do. Our clients, what they do, everything that comes around us is built around the VPC method. It's sustainable, it's replicatable, and it's super simple. So the VPC method, all it stands for is value, pitch, close. And that is our way of helping business owners create seemingly natural ways for their market that want to do business with them today, tomorrow, and next year, and then take those clients and prospects through an experience that builds trust and doesn't get watered down in the crowd. By having the VPC method, you will, I guarantee it, be able to refine, create, or develop, depending on where you're at in your business, your own personal and business philosophy. Without a philosophy, without this mission, you won't have a compass. You ever heard of the term that moral compass? Well, your business has a moral compass. And you'll notice, obviously, if you've done business with some people in the past, that their moral compass is either missing or non-existent. And in which case, you probably didn't feel real good doing business with those people. Now, that could have came after you've already given them money, or it could have came just in you doing some research with these folks, right? Well, what we want to do is make sure that your market knows exactly what you stand for before they do business with you, so there's no miscommunication about who you are. And this, now having that moral compass, is going to get you to say no to clients who you know you should say no to, because you cannot either A, get them the results that they think they can get, or they're just knuckleheads and you want to stay as far away from possible. If you don't have this, think about where you're going to be in business. You're going to do anything. You're literally going to be willing to do everything to make a sale. We don't want to be that kind of consultant. We don't want to be that kind of business owner. Okay. Your philosophy is never going to change too. This is the good part. It's considered your map. So as an example, our philosophy with Northwick's Consulting, I adopted a philosophy of performance maximization, meaning that everything that I do with my company and for my clients is to maximize performance. You'll notice it has nothing to do with maximize ad spend or scaling businesses, doing this. No, because a lot of the times what I found is most business owners need help with other areas in their business. So my philosophy matches that, meaning I'm going to go ahead and focus on performance. Now we get to the next layer, which is what's going to support your philosophy. Now, I hope you guys are seeing the power in this. If you believe that there's any chance that people are going to do business with you without you being like clear on this, 0% chance. Funnels don't even matter. That's why I always laugh at people who say I'm only one funnel away. It's like you're probably about 10 funnels and about $50,000 away from being that one funnel that you need. So it's very funny how it's all put together. Now you can shrink that amount of testing and you can get laser targeted on this. And I mean that to be serious. That's an overused term, laser targeted. But when you can come out the gate smashing results, instead of having to do what these other people are doing, which is like test 18 million different times before it actually gets right, that's sometimes necessary if you're brand new. But if you have somewhat of an idea why you're in business, it shouldn't be the case for you, because the philosophy, the methodology, and these tactics are going to help define who it is that's going to come closer and want to do business with you. Now, you could think about, like I mentioned, your philosophy is your map. Your methodology is going to be your light. That's what you're using to see where you're going. That vision is going to be what is really relatable. It's going to be able to see exactly when you start hiring employees, what's the big cause here? Where we see ourselves? What are we doing in the marketplace? Okay. This is going to be very rarely ever changing. You know, so our methodology is VPC, value, pitch, close. I don't see the market forcing us to change our methodology anytime soon. And then of course, you want to make sure that when you have this, you have the advantage. It puts you ahead of the game. This is going to give you the ultimate benefit for your clients. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you're forced to actually learn new things, you're going to be ahead of the game. And if everyone else is building their business with a stupid spork, right? And you're out there just crushing it with a tractor, it's pretty obvious who's going to be building their building first. It's going to be you, the person with the actual tractor. That's where your tactics come in. Imagine your philosophy is there to say, look, this is what we believe in as a company. Your methodology is saying, hey, here's the system we use to make sure that our philosophy is actually working and measurable. And then we have our tactics, which are going to be ever changing. These are going to be the Facebook algorithm switches, the Google algorithm, the going from certain campaigns to campaign from different languages, from different imagery, those kinds of things that are trends and that are tactics to get results. That's going to be changing. That's what's going to force you to be at the head of the game. Okay. So if you do that, the market's going to look at you as an authority and as a leader in the place to go, you know what? The person I talked to said that this was coming 6 months ago. Right. And so now you look like a prophet, a forecaster. You look like somebody who's actually ahead of the game. And that's great, because the end goal of the VPC method is for you to have an entire system set up that repeatedly attracts the most qualified clients without you having to rely on SEO or social media. It's very important that I don't get that context misunderstood. About 35% of our business comes from referrals. I love referrals, right? SEO is very important. I would never tell you to abandon it. And social media is obviously a big deal. But if we have a system that we want to get results with predictably down to the dollar a day, those things are not predictable. So the point is that my goal for you today is to say, okay, I'm going to get this down to a T to where I know if I've got $1,000 to invest in my ad spend, I'm going to get X amount of leads, and these leads will convert in this amount of time, and I'll recoup this much money in this time frame. That's what we're looking to have you set up with. Okay, so let's get into it. Make sure you have a clear view of it. This is what the VPC method looks like. As a whole, you can tell it's all intertwined. You remove one piece, and the whole system does not work up to its highest potential. Very important to make sure we understand that. The VPC method in a 9-week blueprint is what you see here. This is the overview. If you were to actually have this thing created, you would see that there's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We're going to go through this more in detail. And this is your now new system. This is going to be something that is powerful. It can stand the test of time. Very little maintenance once you get it refined and working well. And then it just comes down to, do you want to duplicate it in other areas of your business?